I think I am. It says, am I ready to go live? I said yes, and there I am, and I'm 3 minutes late. Sorry. This is Yin Yang in California with Morsels of a Thought number 1342. It is Wednesday, so I try to do some quotes on Words and Wisdom Wednesday. And we are in California. It is currently 5:13 a.m. Pacific Daylight Saving Time in the United States. Now, Daylight Saving Time has always been now, I don't know if this is a wise thing to say, but daylight saving time has always been a thorn in my side because changing our schedules twice a year is just not my thing. I have a piece of dust in my eye that is just bothering me, and I can't I can't get it out until I can't. Ah! Okay. All right. Today we are doing a Redux report of Kamala Harris's quotes. I got that little book, and we're pretty well halfway through it. I think at least halfway through it, if not more. Got some pages to get to that haven't been got to yet. Blah, 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 blah. Let's take a look. Let's see if we've got everything here. All right. Start from the beginning and go to the end. Actually, the end would be in the middle because we started in the end and went forward. Leadership and ambition is her topic. She says, there will be resistance to your ambition. There will be people who say to you, you are out of your lane. They are burdened by only having the capacity to see what has always been instead of what can be. But don't let that burden you. To the children of our country, regardless of your gender, our country has sent you a clear message. Dream with ambition, lead with conviction, and see yourself in a way that others might not see you simply because they've never seen it before. And we will applaud you every step of the way. This is spoken like a good parent of a child and a good mentor of a young adult, or a good mentor, period. Anyone who claims to be a leader must speak like a leader. That means speaking with integrity and truth. Leadership skills are so important. Even if you don't see yourself as a leader, you are a leader. You're leading your life. You are leading your behavior. You're leading your day. You are leading your actions. You are a leader. The actions of a leader are important. A leadership ability is the ability to detach. Sometimes you're in a conversation that you don't want to be a part of, and you're staying because you don't have the courage to say, I've got to go. That was my problem when I was a teenager. And what you have to do is become able to detach. Oh, look at the time. I've got to go. That's exactly what, for example, the rules teachers, Ellen Fine and Sherry Schneider, say, oh, look at the time, I've got to go. And they relayed it through their coach named Edna McIntosh on the telephone. Anyway, that's how I understood it. I heard it first from Edna McIntosh, and I thought she was relaying their words. So anyway, that's what I said. Kamala Harris. You never have to ask anyone permission to lead. I want you to remember that, okay? When you want to lead, you lead. My house, my music. We shoot for the... My house, my music was Yin Yang, okay? Yes. Somebody else said it too, I'm sure, somewhere along the way. Anyway, back to Kamala Harris. We shoot for the moon, and then we plant our flag on it. I hope that by being a first, I inspire young people to pursue their dreams. I'm honored to be considered a first, but I always think about the people who came before and paved the way for me to get to where I am today. I had to correct an entire congregation one time who said, we have done such and such with the economy. And I said to them, you know something? You got that done because somebody else before you paved your path. And then everybody was silent. I remember saying that. Kamala Harris says, my daily challenge to myself is to be part of the solution, to be a joyful warrior in the battle to come. We are all soldiers. Women, men, children, we are all soldiers, okay? Oh, good morning. Somebody's here. Yay. Uh-huh. Don't give up. Our country needs you now more than ever. Ta-da. Good morning, John Clark. How are you doing? Ta-da. My finger doesn't turn it on. Okay. Anyway, there we go. We always must fight for the values we hold dear. There's another author who also says something that I will append to this, which is never apologize to anybody for using extreme measures to hold your values and morals. And that was by H. Jackson Brown Jr. And so that and this are aligned together. Use that. Use those skills. Kamala Harris says, what did I just say? Kamala Harris? Anyway, Kamala Harris says, optimism is the fuel driving every fight I've been in. The other day I saw a film called Creed, and it's all about boxing. It's a boxing story, and boy, oh boy, you've got to have so much inside to be able to do a little thing outside. So you remember, inside, work on your inside. It's actually a martial art. It's a Chinese martial art. Everybody has martial arts. They don't know it, but they do. And internal martial arts are just as important as the outside martial arts that you see people doing flips and turns and jumps and spins from. Their internal chi, their internal energy, their internal intelligence is so, so, so important. Okay, here, Harris says, you have to see and smell and feel the circumstances of people to really understand them. You really do. Yes, you do. My mother, Shyamala, raised my sister Maya and me to believe it was up to us and every generation of Americans to keep on marching. March, 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 march. When I look at young girls and boys and they look at me, they see themselves and what they can be. That's the weight that I carry and the joy of the weight. Have you ever heard the one? It reminds me of that quote that was like popular at least in the 50s. It was, he's not heavy, he's my brother. And here you are. You look at young girls and boys and they look at me, they see themselves and what they can be. That's the weight that I carry and the joy of the weight. Sometimes you like I had a little relative that was born and I came to see him on his second day of life, and he weighed so little. Holding him up was like air. He weighed nothing. He was like weighing nothing. He was amazing. That I think that's got to have something to do with chi and energy and everything, I think. So anyway, I know I'm going a little far afield, but let me do two more quotes by Kamala Harris, and then we'll call it done. At every step of the way, I've been guided by the words I spoke from the first time I stood in a courtroom. Kamala Harris for the people. And I have been trained, and my experience over the decades is to make decisions after a review of the evidence and the facts, and not to jump up with grand gestures before I've done that. Some might interpret that as being cautious. I would tell you that's just responsible. One more quote. You will often find that you are the only one who looks like you in the room. But the thing to remember is you are never in that room alone. We are all in that room with you, expecting that you will use your voice and use it with pride and use it in a way that represents all of those who are in the room with you, whoever that may be, your creed, your family, your race, your gender, your religion, your congregation, whoever is in your mind with you, in that room with you, that is part of your heart. That's what you have to remember. You're speaking for them too. This is all internal. This is internal chi. You have to remember you're strong on the inside before you're strong on the outside. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.